Hey Slimecraft, I want another long and boring intro about the history of the Q&A series.
No.
Here's all you need to know. I hope this counts as a themed question. It does. But is this for the 10K special? If not, what are your plans for it? So it isn't, and basically the thing is I kind of want to do a 10K special, but the thing is I don't have any plans for it, and I don't know what it would actually be. And I don't know if I'm willing to put that much effort into it. And if I took something I was already working on and turned that into it, I don't know what, and I also don't think there's really any good fits. Plus, I don't really care about subscribers. And it's been a long time since I've seriously cared about it, and even that's a stretch. Maybe at 10 I kinda did, but it's just a number that doesn't really mean much, especially when most of these people aren't even actively watching new videos. So it's I haven't really done many subscriber specials, and usually when it is a subscriber special, it's not that special. Usually I might make a post about it, but that's about it. But the thing is, if I say that I don't care about any of you because you probably don't even exist, then you're probably gonna be like, no, dislike, unsubscribe. He doesn't care about any of us. So sometimes I just pretend to care more than I do. Here's an example.
Thank you so much for 430 subscribers.
Okay, next question. How about Saturday parties with Eggy BFB Productions? What? Q&A episode 8 overviews! Oh, it's our alien celebrity. Let me guess, you left another weird comment? Legal again. But I actually have something to say about this. They specifically put 2 agains, which is interesting because there were 2 versions of this that didn't make it into Q&A episode 8.
Legal.
Okay, actually, it's only 2 if you include the fully edited versions. There's a 3rd one that wasn't edited. Also, someone replied to it and said that they stole it from Q&A episode 8, which is kind of true, but they were the person who said it in Q&A episode 8, so it's less true. Have you ever made an OC outside your regular OC?
Slimecraft's just gonna say he doesn't know what that means because he doesn't know any acronyms other than IDK.
Actually, I have heard of this one, and it stands for Original Character. And the answer is obviously yes. Questions. When are you uploading a new Vistfatuad video? Well, Vistfatuad episode 10 has had so many problems, I don't know what to do with it. An idea I did have, though, was to just continue the series at 11 and then just do 10 later. I don't know if I'll do that. When will you draw flags from memory again? I don't know. I don't even know if I will. Are you gonna make Japanese vlogs? Kind of, yeah. You'll see that later. Unless this video is being uploaded after that. Have you watched a Minecraft movie yet? Actually, don't really intend on watching it. Are you gonna make mobile games videos? I already did that. Do I plan on doing more? Yeah. What's your favorite video game? How do you not know? I made a joke about how this was in Q&A episode 2, in Q&A episode 8, which you were a part of, and it was actually in Q&A episode 2. Why did you stop making tutorial videos? And then continuing the theme of someone replying to a comment, and then that reply getting featured in this video, someone answered the obvious things, but this is technically not true. There are many more reasons than just me not liking them, and like I've said before, it's not that I hate my tutorial videos, it's that I hate tutorial videos. Every single time I don't know how to make an effect, I usually just look up a regular video of the effect, scroll down to the comments, and hope someone left the pitches, or hope that it's in the description. Because 99% of the time, that's all I need. And I don't even need a tutorial video for that because people will just leave it in the comments of something regularly. And sometimes I can just figure it out through other methods.
Single pitch effects are really easy.
Just keep turning up or down the
Pitch until it becomes 0.
and then just reverse that number. Also, the comments I got on those were really annoying. The ones telling me to make more tutorial videos are one thing. But what's more annoying than that? The ones telling me I made it wrong. And what's way more annoying than that? The ones telling me I could have made it faster by using a feature that literally didn't exist when I made the tutorial video. I don't feel like re-recording that line, but I just want to tell you that I don't like how I ended that sentence going like this. And you know what else is annoying? The ones saying that I was making the video too fast. Oh, I'm sorry for not trying to waste your time. You know that there's a pause feature in YouTube for a reason, right? And more annoying comment types include people telling me I made it wrong when I didn't, and people telling me the video's good. They just annoy me because I don't care, so then I reply something like blah, 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 and then they're like, what? And then I just say blah, 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 and then they're like, what? And then I say blah, 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 means I don't care, so I just said random trash. And then they just stop existing, I guess. How many times did you change your OCs? Which ones? And in what way do you mean? I'm guessing you potentially mean how many times I have changed the main channel profile picture to a different version of the block picture. So there was, when I first added it, there was the version that it still is, but that's because I rechanged it. Because after this I changed it to Vampire Edition, then I changed it to No Limbs Edition, then Mouth Error Edition, then Mouth Fixed Edition, and yeah. Also, why has it been mentioned twice now? Will you ever make New Piggy World Ep 2? I don't know, it depends if I can be bothered to do so. The thing is, I recorded a bunch of really funny dialogue, but I lost that, and I'll have to re-edit the entire thing, and also try and figure out what that even was. And I don't like just making up stuff and pretending like it's what it originally was. So, I don't know, but I feel like it's way more likely that I'll just restart Piggy World again. Question, do you like playing games? Obviously yes, again, but this time even more obviously. If you watch the Minecraft movie, Eat Lava Chicken Slimy, and also, you never created a single object show. Actually, that last thing is an idea that I had, but I think the main issue is that I just haven't watched any of them, or really anything about them. An object show is a web animated series featuring characters that are just KineMaster sticker-looking objects with the exact same face placed on them, and each episode is about pretty much nothing, except that one of them will be destroyed in the next episode. So their team, that doesn't do anything, becomes smaller, and the character to get eliminated is decided by a poll that a bunch of people post themselves, as if that will affect the actual polls, when it actually won't. And each season has some weird name that has almost nothing to do with what the actual episodes are about. And it's so long that it's just abbreviated every time, so newcomers don't know what it's actually about. And each episode is about pretty much nothing. Not about. Also, I haven't watched the Minecraft movie. And what's lava chicken? And Slimy's another thing that I've been noticing a pattern of recently. And not just in the Q&A series. I hate my life, I hate my life, I hate my life. Is it because the Q&A took so long? Because if so, shouldn't you be hating on me? You should be hating on LumaFusion too, because it just keeps causing bugs. Which one, G major 9? G major 9 gradient map or G major 9 KineMaster? G major 9 KineMaster isn't really in effect. The KineMaster version exists, but it's probably possible to perfectly recreate it on that. The thing is, no one's willing to use tonal shift and difference blending and stuff to remake it or whatever. People just look for something that's green and then go, yep. I'll just usually skip that effect now if I can't make it correctly. And because I don't remember how to make it correctly, but I'm sure that I did at some point, I usually just end up skipping it. It would be much easier if I had gradient maps that had more than 2 colors. Are you buying the Nintendo Switch 2 when it comes to your country? Nope. I wanted this to be my first system that I'd actually buy at launch. This was before it was announced, by the way. Also, buying consoles at launch is kind of a scam. At some point, it'll probably get a price cut, the games might go on sale, there will be far more games, there will have been a bunch of updates and stuff making the overall experience better, probably. So it's why would I pay more money for something to have now when I have 15 other consoles that I do already have now? I could just play those. I really don't care about 4K that much. Why do you think this video isn't in it? Question 1. Do you like my singing? Singing, something about singing. Yeah, I don't know what singing they're talking about. Question 2. Do you like gummy bear? Sort of. Question 3. Do you like cats? I mean, they don't really do much. What is there to like? I guess so. Question. Will you make a Q&A 10? We'll talk about that in the updates. Question 2. Why do you like LazyTown and not do tutorials anymore? Oh, I get it. Question 2. It means there are 2 questions. Not that it's the second question, because there's 2. I don't think I've ever said that I like LazyTown. Like the show? Actually, maybe I did in Q&A episode 1. I'm not checking. Anyway, I don't really know. And as for the tutorials thing, we already went over this. Q&A. First block in limbs. Yes. Question 1. Would your OC drive a Mercedes S400 Hybrid 2010? I don't think Block has ever been known to drive a car. Also, age is unconfirmed because it just depends on when it is. So I guess Block is an infinite being or something and is both dead and just born at the same time. Although, in the game Pong 2, the fictional game that is, Pong drives a car. illegally. And I bet he didn't get his driving license because he's driving the complete wrong direction. But for some reason is driving to work, even though in the game he's supposed to be like 2. But somehow he's able to control the speed well. Question 2. Why did you stop uploading shorts? Oh, I'll get into that quite soon, as in when I start the update stuff. Question 3. Does your OC have a voice or have any vocal cords? I don't know what you mean by vocal cords, but I think you can tell that this comment was left before this video because in this video it was confirmed yes and what it sounded like. Anyway, on to the last comment. I told you I'd be talking about those shorts soon. Also, there's 3 comments that I'm skipping because they were left in the wrong place by some know-nothings. I'm mainly mentioning it because I wanted a reason to use the term know-nothings because I just thought of that and it's fun to say. Question 1. Is it me or you're just loving Mindsong? How could it just be you? Also, you're saying this like it's a new thing instead of something that's been going on for 5 years. Question 2. Favorite movie? There's just too many ones that I like, and the issue with them is that I haven't watched most of them in like 3 years. Question 3. What is your very first OC? Again? What's going on today? Anyway, I don't know. Wait, hang on. I think in the thing where I found out about this OC thing, people usually talk about it in the context of like a Sonic character they made up. So do they think this is a Sonic character? Final question. Why the heck this channel stealing Slimecraft's tutorial videos? Proof. Well, if they did well the first time, then stealing them would make sense. I don't know why you're confused at that. Also, I've already seen it, and I don't care much anyway. You can get the annoying comments. Also, I want to mention how the description is just straight up wrong. Like, unnecessarily. Anyway, if you thought that that being the final question was just meaning that it was the final question of that comment, well, you'd be correct, but it's also the last comment, question, whatever, of this video. Because I decided that that would be a good transition into the update stuff, instead of the question that was actually asking about this stuff. There's a lot, by the way. So you know what? This is the 10K special. Let's start by talking about the Q&A series. SlimePod was supposed to actually happen after Q&A episode 8, but it got cancelled for various reasons that I will not say because I want to do a SlimePod episode about that. But the main updates are, it will actually happen this time, and it's not really SlimePod anymore. I know that sounds ridiculous, but what I mean is instead of me talking mostly unedited over a background or something, it's more me talking but edited, and with visuals sometimes. The problem is that definition is so vague that an animation about syringes with me talking over it fits that definition. So what I'm saying is some other stuff may be considered SlimePod or not considered SlimePod when it doesn't seem to make sense. Next, in the Q&A episode 9 announcement video, I said that I was going to go to Japan, and while I didn't say it, I was going to do a video series there. Yeah, it's now a series. But it's been delayed a lot and hasn't gone very far, which is a problem because of this. There are 9,970 reasons why this channel's name and profile picture are not good, and I was going to use this series to try and solve some of the problems. But the problem is I need to make it for that. And I really overestimated how much I would want to make this. On to Q&A episode 10, because every Q&A episode must feature the origin story of the plans for the next episode. So the thing is, I kind of think I'll be killing the Q&A series soon. No! Do you really care that much? Like, they make for good videos, but is it actually worth continuing? In Q&A episodes 6 and 8 particularly, you guys went hard on the questions repeated from previous Q&A episodes, and that problem's probably just going to get worse as the series goes on, and the series feels like it doesn't really have a purpose. Like, if you just ask something normally, I'll probably reply. It's even in my About section. And the other parts of this series aren't very good, plus these aren't actually very fun to make. So the Q&A series will probably end at 10, or no longer regularly have episodes in the works. And it will probably get replaced by SlimePod. It's time to talk about the Plus channel! It has almost been 1 year since the Plus channel changed forever, with the daily upload series. And for a while now, I've wanted to update the Plus channel's rules so I can upload more on there. Currently, I can only upload videos that are remakes of what they were/would have been if they got uploaded. By that, I don't mean that the videos themselves were remakes. So if I have no idea what I would have titled them, or they aren't in a state finished enough to upload, they just don't get uploaded. But I want to change that. For the 1 year anniversary of The Mindsong But Stingy is a Wavy Robot. So that includes things like videos that may or may not be considered SlimePod, which are basically me talking about the video before it plays if I think context is very important. as well as other stuff probably. Also, I want to talk about a wheel. I wanted to occasionally celebrate a month by looking at the videos and stuff I made then and making some plus uploads, sequels, remakes, just whatever I feel like relating to that month. The first month is November 2022, and so far, 1 of those plus uploads have already come out because this video got delayed. Another type of video I want to do is more behind the scenes stuff, like bloopers and random cut content. That's it, I'm ending the sentence. Flipnote Studio! I secretly made a bunch of Flipnotes and I am announcing that I will be uploading them mostly in the form of shorts. Okay, fine, I wasn't going to talk about them that soon. I have a few other random short ideas as well, like playing mega photo games, so I'll probably just randomly post those. Now it's time for the last thing I could think of. Yeah, there was more stuff originally, but some of it has been delayed or just straight up canceled. And you better be glad that uploading less got canceled. And now it's time for a thing that I'm not sure about, and I need your help. Compilations. Like, not this, but ones that change less. Just occasional ones of random stuff. Now, you might be wondering, why exactly do you need help for that? Well, low-effort compilations aren't exactly uncontroversial. So at one point, I thought, well, I have these good ideas for stuff to collect, to turn into collections, but if people think it's just lazy extra content, then how can I make it less lazy? And the problem with the ideas I thought of is they would also make sense as separate videos, as they were bonus content based. So now I was left with like 5 ideas and no good reasons to make them, other than I kinda wanted to. Then I thought of random videos collections, and I thought, I have done it. I have thought of a good idea. Then I realized these could just be playlists, and my confidence was dead. So let's think. This isn't another me pretending to be me from the past thing. What do I like about collections as someone who doesn't watch a ton of those 2 hours of blank to fail to fall asleep to videos? Well, I like when people talk about the videos in ways like correcting mistakes and talking about regrets, so maybe I should do that. Or not. Pretty much, the help I need is confirmation that you won't cause fires over this idea if I do it. Okay? Okay. And that's it. Bye!